Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Wednesday evening to you. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Well, I guess week so far. And I hope the weather is as beautiful by you as it is here by me. Now, as you can see, I've got the Zoom cam set up again. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. But tonight we're going to be working on some whips and UFOs. I'm going to be bringing the Wednesday whip back on the channel here for a little while. I'm not sure that I'm going to do it every Wednesday. But probably at least a couple of Wednesdays a month because I've got a lot of whips just on the other side of this camera that I really need to start working on. But tonight I thought we would do something a little bit different. Now, if you are a member, then you probably already know what we're doing based solely on the fact that this thing is still standing here. But on Monday, we went ahead and we played around with some new equipment and some new things that I've got here on the channel. And I think we're going to be playing with that a little bit more tonight because I really had a great time with it. So as you guys know, I am a sewer by nature, not just with quilting, but with other things as well. I started out with apparel sewing, and actually even before that, I started out with cross stitch. Cross stitch and needlepoint was one of the very first things that I learned how to use a needle on. I started with a plastic needle and the plastic canvas, and I made my very first cross stitch when I was in third grade. Now, unfortunately, I don't still have it. I wish I did, but I don't. I've actually looked for it like online on like vintage toy stores and things, but I can't find it. But anyway, so that's how I started, and so cross stitch has always been a part of my sewing journey. I have a couple of pieces throughout my home that I have made throughout the years, and they take me forever to do because I get bored with them. You guys know I get bored with projects very easily, so working on the same thing over and over and over and over again, I get bored with it. So I put it away for a while, and then I come back to it a while later. Well, recently I came across a couple of videos. Now you guys probably already know about this, but I came across a couple of videos where people were using what they call a scroll frame, which basically means that you're rolling the canvas rather than pushing it down with a hoop. Now, obviously, this is not something in the industry. It's just kind of something that's kind of new to me. It's not something that I've really invested any time or energy into. So what I did was I went ahead and I purchased a wooden one, or very inexpensive wooden one, very cheap. I think I paid $12 for it. It's very inexpensive from Walmart. But I went ahead and I bought one, and I thought, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and give it a shot and see if it'll work. Now, on top of that, I also went and bought a standing frame so that I could attach the wooden frame to the standing frame. So then that way it was kind of free floating. So I didn't actually have to do anything. I didn't have to hold it because that's been a big thing of mine for a long time is that I don't like holding the hoop. My hand starts to cramp up and it's very awkward for me. And I like the idea of it just kind of free floating. So I went ahead and I set those things up with our members on Monday. We went ahead and we mounted one of my projects to the frame, and we went ahead and set up this stand here as well. And then we kind of tried it out a little bit. Now, unfortunately, on Monday, I wasn't really able to give those guys a different camera angle. I was really only able to give them the front camera angle because I didn't really have a whole lot of time to set things up, and I was still kind of playing around with things. And even the camera angle that I've gotten set up today isn't great, but it will be at least something better than just you guys sitting here staring at me in a blank canvas. So I'm grateful for that. And of course, you guys can see I still have the puppy cam set up as well. So there's Ivy sitting on the camera, which is really cute because she was actually sitting underneath it earlier. So I'm really grateful that she's sitting on it now. So she is, of course, in here with me. She follows me in here most evenings, and that's because she knows that I have some snacks. And we'll probably give her one of those in a few. But first, let me hop into chat and say hello to there. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what I've got set up with regards to cameras and what the project is that we're going to be working on tonight. So if you guys have a cross-stitch project of your own, go grab it. While I'm going through chat, go ahead and go grab it and hang out with me for this evening. Or if you're just working on some WIP or some needlepoint or whatever you want to do, if you just want this to be a nice chill evening, I am all for that. So I thought this could kind of just be a little bit of a chill evening tonight. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. Hopefully it'll just be a lot of fun. So let me hop into chat really quickly, say hello to everybody there, and then I'm going to show you what we've got going on for tonight. So Diamond Carrie Paint, Carrie Lynn was there. Ooh, I can't talk just today. Wow. Diamond Paint Carrie Lynn was one of the first people in chat this evening. So thank you so much, Carrie Lynn, for being the first person in chat. I truly appreciate that. Guess Nancy is also here. Guess who Nancy is also here? Hi, Nancy. It is so great to see you. I'm so glad that you're grateful that you're back here on the channel. I know you've had a lot going on in your personal life with your husband and things like that, and your health and things like that. So I'm just so grateful that you're here with us. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Linda Denton is also here. Hi, Linda. It's so great to see you. Good evening. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you again. Sandra K is also here. Hi, Sandra. Good evening. Happy Wednesday evening to you. I hope you're well. Susan, you're out. Hello, Susan. Susan got a sneak peek of what this was all about because she is a member of the channel, so she was able to take a sneak peek of that. So thanks so much, Susan, for being back here with us again this evening. I really appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Let's see. I know it's going to be a smaller crowd tonight. Wednesday evenings are usually a pretty small crowd, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no rule that says there has to be so many people hanging out with us tonight. There's nothing wrong with that. Susan says, I can only stay for about half an hour, have a cool guild meeting in Yakima. Oh, well, no problem, Susan. We completely understand. We appreciate you hanging out with us, even if it's just for a little while. Susan says, Sun Drive, Ashen you go. Oh, boy. Yeah. See, Nancy is here. I'm here. Hi. Hello to me. Katie's also here. She says, well, she'll be lurking for a while she's packing for a road trip. I love road trips. They're so much fun. In fact, Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl and I are going on a kind of, not really an impromptu road trip, but just a really quick short one. It's just a 2-day trip. It'll be next Thursday and Friday. We're going to be going on a little road trip, so that'll be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to see another Elvis. We're actually going back down to Collinsville for another Elvis concert, but it's just a single concert. It's not a festival. But we really like the entertainers that are performing, and so for us, it's worth the drive to go back down there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Just a little quick 2-day trip. Katie says she is headed to... Forgive me, I know I saw it. South Dakota. That's what I thought you said. Yeah, South Dakota. I love South Dakota. Of all the road trips that we went on with the kids, I think our South Dakota road trip was probably one of my favorites. It was a very long drive. It was 13 hours. It was a very long drive. But I really liked the drive. It was just a very nice, fun drive. Very relaxing. No stress. No traffic. Oh my gosh. We were in the Black Hills. We went and saw Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse Memorial and things like that. And so we were staying in the Black Hills, and the expressways out there, there's not a soul on the entire expressway all day long, like ever. Like we would drive during rush hour, and there wasn't a soul on the road. It was wonderful. Part of me thinks I should move out there because there's no traffic whatsoever. So it was wonderful. So that was one of my favorite trips for sure. I hope you have a great time, Katie. Nancy says, sounds like I'm in a video game. Uh-oh, is the music too loud? I can turn it down if it's too loud. Just let me know. It is a little loud in my ear, so I don't know if it's loud for you guys too, but I'm going to turn it down in my ear. Let's see. Hi, Joyce. Good evening. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me this evening. I appreciate you being here. Happy to see you. Susan says, my friend came today that they ordered during the Mother's Live. Oh, wow, Susan, that was awesome because you ordered that on Monday, so you got that today. That's really exciting. I hope it works out for you as well. I'm really liking it. I haven't done anything else since Monday because I actually want to get this frame and put this in my living room too, so I can use it in there. But yeah, I'm having a great time with it so far. So I'm glad to hear that that's working out for you. Scroll frame doesn't work for you. Laura Lynn uses one. Yeah, I've had mixed reviews. I posted a note on our Facebook group and asked some people about it and said, What do you think of it? And some people have come back and said they like it, and some people come back and said they don't really like it. It doesn't really work for them. I think it depends on the size of the project. I've never used one, so I don't really know. But I'm guessing that it has to do with the size of the project. Like this particular project is pretty big, but I think that's where the scroll frame is going to work really nicely. But there are smaller projects where I think the hoop is going to work out better. So I'm hopeful. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It did take a little bit to get this thing on here centered correctly, so it did take a little bit. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through chat, guys, making sure for anybody, because I don't want to forget people. The music is so loud in my ear right now, and it did not turn down, so I'm going to actually have to turn it down or turn it off. One of the two, we'll see. Hi, Teresa. Oh my gosh, it's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you're well. Tell us how things are going. I feel like it's been forever. All right, so now that we've gotten through the chat, but I hope you're well, Teresa. Now that we've gotten through the chat, I'm going to go ahead and set this back here because I might poke my head at that. So let me do this. We have like all over the place here. So this is my frame. Let me show you guys my scroll frame. I bought a wooden scroll frame. This thing is away. I'm sorry. So it's a wooden scroll frame. I've seen ones that are in metal. I've seen aluminum ones. I've seen plastic ones. I went with a really cheap wood one. It's just got clamps. Anything special fancy to attach the canvas to. It's just clamps, which were a little tricky. There is another one out there that I've seen that has like this piece of felt that runs the wood poles, and you like stitch it to the felt, and then you roll it. And I think that might have actually worked out a little bit easier with regards to making sure that it was laying correctly. But this one didn't do too badly. Now again, I've only used this twice so far, so it might turn out to be a thing. But it was a little bit of a pain to put together because it's a really tight fit here with the dowel rods to meet up with this thing, so I had to really jam them in there. But it seems to be working out pretty well. But this is my project, and I'm going to turn on the zoom cam here in a minute so you guys can see it a little bit better because everything is in the way. But this is a Cinderella project, and again, I'll show it all to you first. But here's the castle. You can kind of see the castle there. But working on it like this is kind of awkward because we're going to be working on this bottom section here. But working this way is kind of awkward. So what I figured out when I was on my Zoom call on Monday is I turn it sideways. I just kind of work on it sideways. So it's a little weird because I'm not working on it up and down. I'm working on it sideways, but it doesn't really matter when you're putting it together what the orientation is. So let's go ahead. So I've got this little mount here. This is just a regular old camera stand. I bought it on Amazon. I think it's like $20, but it came with this really cool clamp. There were some other accessories that it came with too, so I can always use this for a camera or something else later on. So it is dual purpose for me. But it's got this really cool clamp. And I decided to buy this cheap metal one just for now to kind of see how it goes. They have nice wood ones. They have clamps that come on tables and all kinds of other things that I might end up getting later on. But for right now, I just kind of wanted to try something. And for right now, this one works out really well. So I have a little bit of shadow, so I'm going to turn this light on. I hope that's not too bright for you guys. Okay, good. And then let me flip this camera on so you guys can see what I'm working on. Alright, so tip that up just a little bit. There we go. You guys get to see a little bit of the background out of my behind the scenes stuff, but that's alright. So this is what it looks like. Now you can kind of see it a little bit better. I'm going to turn it a little bit here so you can kind of see the castle here. Yeah, and this beautiful skyline. It's absolutely gorgeous. Hi, Mary. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. I'm going to turn that like that. There you go. It's going to keep moving. So let me show you what it actually looks like when it's finished. So you guys can kind of get an idea of what we're doing here. So this is what it looks like when it's finished. Now you can see the castle is here. Okay. And then you can see the sky here. And then this down here is kind of where we're going to be working in tonight. Now, obviously, we're not going to get nearly that much done. I just barely started on the little green line down here. So I barely started on that. But that's what we're going to be working on. Now, this is a Thomas Kincaid pattern. It's called the Dreamy Collection. It's from many, 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 many years ago. Because, like I said, it takes me forever to get these projects done. Because I get bored with them. So who knows how long you'll see this on the channel for. But I did want to get back into it and kind of get going with it. So you can see I've got one little line, or actually two little lines way down here that I've started on when we were on our live stream, and that was just to kind of see how things were working. Now, this is a little wobbly, as you can tell. It's kind of wobbling, it's kind of moving around a little bit. So you do have to kind of hold it steady when I'm working with it. And being that it's so close to the dowel rod down here, this part is a little bit challenging, but I imagine that when I get up higher, it might be a little bit easier to work with. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. And that's kind of the whole point of this, is to try new things, try out, see what works, see what doesn't. Maybe this frame is too big. Maybe this frame is too small. Maybe this type of a stand just isn't going to work. I don't know. I won't know really until I try it. So that's the point of this. I thought I had this zoomed in before. There we go. So that's what we're going to be working on tonight. So you can see my little needle here. I need to find a needle minder. I thought I had one somewhere, but for the life of me, I can't seem to find it. Let me see if I can pin this for you guys so you can start to actually see what I'm working on as opposed to little bitty teeny tiny me up in the corner. So there you go. It's a really tiny up there, but that's all right. It'll give you an idea of what we're doing here, right? All right, so this is where we've got, you can kind of see the castle. Now, I'm not completely done with the castle. I still have some pieces left here to do, but I'm going to worry about those later. I kind of wanted to something a little bit big to work on, and that's kind of why I jumped down here. I will go back and fill that in later. I've got some little pieces here and there that kind of need to be filled in. We'll go back and fill that in later. But for right now, we're just going to be working down here. So I've got my pattern piece right here. Again, sorry for the table bouncing around. Got my pattern piece right here, and I've got a little metal board that I use to kind of keep everything on. Little magnet for the board, so I know where I'm working. I told my daughter I had the frame, and she just let me know she ordered me 2 more that's simple ones. That's awesome, Susan. I actually just ordered myself a bunch of kits. They were on clearance. I think I told you guys about it on my members only channel. They were on clearance from Annie's Attic. That's the company that we're going through for our Norfolk project, and the camera. I just ordered a couple of them from there because they were like $1 for these kits. So I thought, well, what the heck? I'll order those for sure. All right, so let's. Where did my pencil go? Did anybody see my pencil? I had it. Oh, there it is. All right, let's set that down there. All right, so let me pull on my thread. I'm sorry, my floss. It's not thread, it's floss. I'm going to struggle so much with the terminology on these for a little while. But the cool thing is this is a kit. This was a kit, and so all of the peak colors were already for me on these really cool cards. And I have 3 different cards for the 3 different colors, and we're going to be working on this with this very dark green. And we're going to need 2 threads or 2 floss per. I was doing 1 before, but that seemed like it was taking forever to, or it was running out pretty quickly. So I want to grab 2. And I have 1 open already. There we go. Put that up there for now. I keep everything for my projects. You guys have seen me do this before, but I keep everything for my projects in Ziploc bags. That's just how I organize, and I've been organizing like that since, you know, Ziploc bags were a thing for a very long time. All right. Now I was using 1 thread and folding it in half before, but now I'm going to be using 2 because I want it to last me a little bit longer. So it's a little bit longer now. And you're going to have to bear with me because I can't exactly remember how to start these, but we're going to try. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then I space. go. So I'm going to pull out most of it, but I'm going to hold back a little bit more so that I can try to loop it under. There's one. All right, so what is everybody else working on this Wednesday evening? I did not pull that hoop all the way through, and I did that on purpose because I want to try and loop these in the back. So I'm just going to do one more. Skip one here like this, and then I'm going to pull that there. I'm going to take this off the frame for just a minute so you guys get to see Ivy sitting here so that I can find the piece in the back here. Make sure that my tail is tucked in without it nodding on me. So I always struggle with getting the tail done. I can't see it. I'm going to flip it over. Do it this way. It's so close to that edge there that it's causing a little bit of a ruckus here. Once you get it, then it's not so bad, but sorry, I know this isn't exactly exciting content. Me struggling with this thread. You can see it's like right here. So that I will say is a little bit of a pain. Working with it right here. But I think in the long run it will turn out to be pretty useful. This is not working. This is not working the way I wanted it to. I was hoping I was just going to be able to tuck it in there, but it is not doing what I want it to. Isn't that how it always goes, though? It never works quite the way you want it to. There we go. Give me a second here, guys. This is much more of a pain in the butt than you would think it would be. There we go. Diamond painting, Carrie Lynn says I'm working on a diamond painting. Imagine that. Imagine that. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now I'm down here. Let's see. So now I have to take my glasses off. In doing so, that means I can't see the screen for chat, so I do have it on my phone. There we go. But I had reached out to a bunch of ya. No, I'm doing this wrong. I did it wrong. I was looking at the wrong place, so I gotta pull the whole thing up. Not the whole thing, just the last stitch. The last two stitches. That's the nice thing about cross stitching, is you can usually pull it out pretty easy. But I thought we'd do something a little different tonight. I have not brought cross stitching project on this channel before. That's not to say that, you know, I've talked about maybe doing it for a while, and so I finally got some equipment. And you don't need any of this equipment to get started. Like, I have this equipment just because it's easier for me to do it. on the channel here. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you don't need it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could get started with just a hoop. Most kits will come with their own hoops, so you don't actually need to buy one yourself, depending on how big the kit is. Some of the smaller kits will come with them already, so you just mount the canvas onto the hoop, make sure you try to center it as best that you can, and then you just start in the center. There we go. Skip 2. I am doing what they call counted cross stitch, which is where you count the squares. I do prefer a counted cross stitch over non-counted. I get too distracted with the other ones. Being this close to the pole, it's really a challenge here. You can kind of see what's happening. Three, then skip 2, 1, 2, 3. But I'm gonna be bringing the WIP Wednesday back on the channel now that our Wild West Wednesday project is completed. We'll be bringing the WIP Wednesday back on the channel, and we'll be working on some of our WIPs and UFOs. As you guys remember from when we went to Quilt Town, I bought a bunch of fabric and stuff for borders and backings and bindings on a bunch of quilt tops that I have. So we need to start working on those. That was actually the original intent of today's live stream, was supposed to be doing that. But then I got these new fun toys and decided that I needed to play with these new toys and stuff. And the more I sit here and work on this, the more I'm thinking I need a magnifying glass because my head is already starting to hurt. I also noticed that I just put my face in the camera, so I don't want to do that. That's a new angle for me. Don't want it to not on me. The only bad part about working with the longer strings is they do have a tendency to knot up because they keep twisting on me. If you guys have any tips or tricks on how to use these longer pieces without them knotting, I am all ears. I am listening with all ears. I did see something about a wax, that somebody was using a wax on their floss. I didn't even know that that was a thing. Like, I didn't even know there was such a thing as wax on the floss. So if you guys use a wax, let me know what you think of it. Do you use it on everything or just certain things? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I'd love to hear your thoughts on those things. Look at that, we're getting 2 rows done. dry today. Sorry, still trying to get used to this weird camera angle. I think if I do this again, I'm gonna put the camera behind me, like behind my shoulder, so then that way I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, but we'll see. So. How many of you in chat have done a cross stitch project before? And do you do them often or just once in a while? I personally have completed 3 really large ones in my lifetime, really large ones, and then probably 10 or 12 smaller ones. Like I said, I kind of go on this weird hiatus for a little while. Like I'll work on it for a little while, and then I'll try to take it up. Excuse me, put it away for a while, and then I'll work on it again. This particular project, I've been working on this project for probably 3 or 4 years on and off. You can see how far I've gotten. Not very far. Joy says it's been years for her, but when she was doing it, she did several dozen. So far, I like the frame so far. I mean, obviously, I haven't worked with it too much, only a little bit. I will say it's a little challenging to work right here by the bar here. I'm sure that once I get up in here, this area, it will be easier to work on. But it's kind of the same challenge of if you had it on a hoop, you know, being that close to the hoop, it would be the same thing. I would compare it to that. But I know this isn't a quilting, you know, project tonight, and so if you're disappointed with that, I am sorry about that. I just kind of wanted to share a little bit of a different passion with you guys this time. You know, if this isn't really your cup of tea or not really your type of project, I completely understand, and I promise you, we're not changing the format of the channel. I just kind of wanted to do something different this week. I've been kind of in a, I wouldn't necessarily say in a funk because I have plenty of projects to work on and plenty of things to do. I just kind of wanted to do something a little bit different for, you know, a couple of days and then we would get back to it. So, speaking of getting back to sewing, don't forget, just a reminder that on Saturday, in celebration of National Jelly Roll Day, we're going to do a special live stream here on the channel starting at 1 o'clock Central Time, where we're going to be doing a Jelly Roll drag race, and I've got a couple of friends joining me. You've seen them on the channel before, but I've got a couple of friends joining me, and it's going to be a little bit of a race. And we're going to be giving away the quilt tops that we make, but you do have to be present to win. So it's important that you hang out with us and watch, because we're going to be giving those quilt tops away once we're done with them. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be working on it's called the Drag Race. Jelly Roll Drag Race by Donna Jordan. I actually have all the pieces cut up already. You guys really can't see it, but it's over here in this corner here. I've got my Jelly Roll and my pieces cut up. I've got my other 2 friends. Their pieces are all cut up as well. So they're going to be joining me Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time. and that's what we're going to be doing. So now I'm just going to go ahead and color in. I like to use just a regular pencil, and I color in on my, let me show you. I color in the little squares really lightly. I don't want to do it real dark because I need to be able to see them. Just the pieces that I've done already, and that's kind of like, so I know where I'm at and what I need to do still. I just kind of real lightly. And I do it lightly because I still need to be able to see like if there's any straight stitching I'm going to have to do later or any French knots, which I still have yet to figure out how to do a French knot. Maybe one day I will learn how to do a French knot. There we go. But I'm just real lightly with a pencil coloring in all of the boxes that I just did so that I know where I'm at. There we go. I just did that second row there. So now I can put it back down. And then I'll use my magnetic ruler. I line it up right underneath the next line. Mary H says, I finished the counted cross stitch over 10 years ago. It took years. Yeah, they do, don't they? They totally do. I recently started another kit. I finished the project, and I finished a project by today. Wow, look at you! All the things you're doing. I'm jealous. I'm definitely not that productive. Well, that's great. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. One. 2. 3. I'm gonna do a loud accounting out loud. Sorry, guys. 3. 1. I gotta count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the idea with counting cross stitches, you want to make sure, and this goes for any cross stitching project, you always want to make sure that your X's are all going the same direction. So if you start in the upper left and you go to the bottom right for your first, if you for your bottom and then the top you do right to left, however you want to do it is fine. Just make sure you're consistent across the board. So if you're going to go left to right, then stay left to right the whole time. So 1. Hi Bridget, welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. And thank you, Miss Seam Ripper, for joining the channel. I appreciate you joining. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. I do apologize for the amount of time that you have to wait in order to join chat, and that's just because we have to keep all the trolls out. I hope you can. I'm sure you understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. So let's again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But Bridget, thank you very much for telling me I'm talented at this, because Lord knows I am not. I'm just winging it with the best of them. I'm trying. but anyway, welcome to the channel. It's so great to meet you. One of my favorite nieces has the same name, Bridget. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. My old eyes, I can't see. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. Love the name of the new subscriber, Miss Seam Ripper. That's awesome. I love that. I love the play on words. Love that. 1, skip 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. Oh, it is Bridget! It is my favorite niece. One of my favorite nieces. Why, hello there. Thank you for joining me. I'm so grateful you're watching. All of us are watching. Oh my goodness. Well, hello. Hello, family. It's so great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, joining me and the rest of the community. Yeah, I didn't realize that was all of you guys. Well, thank you. This is not my quilting project. In fact, I was visiting my sister-in-law and all of my nieces and nephews. I was visiting them over the weekend, and I was telling them about my channel and how I do a lot of sewing and quilting and things like that. And this is not quilting, sweetheart. This is cross stitching, but this is still a lot of fun, and I could absolutely show you how to do this if it's something you want to learn how to do. But the quilting is what I usually do, but I decided to do just something a little bit different tonight. So. But make sure you come back on Sunday so that you can see that. Oh, hi, Annie. It's so great to see you, too. Thank you. You guys are so sweet for tuning in. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. But I was telling my nieces and nephews over the weekend, I said, if any of you want to learn how to sew, I'm happy to help teach you. I don't necessarily always teach it here on my channel, but I'm happy to bring you by. You can spend the weekend here with me or just an evening here with me. I'm happy to show you how. Well, thank you very much, Annie and Bridget, for hanging out with me this evening. I appreciate that. And all of you. Thank you very much. So kind of you. All right. I keep losing my count here. I got 4. There we go. And then I need to do 2 more. So 1. For those of you joining here, I'll show you guys what we're working on. So this is a counted cross stitch. So this is a canvas and it's got little teeny tiny holes in it and you make little X's. And that's how you get this whole beautiful pattern here. It makes these teeny tiny little X's. You started a crochet club at school. That is awesome. I do crochet as well. Not nearly as often as I probably should because I'm old and my hands don't work quite the way that they used to. But I have. That's a lot of fun. And I think that's great that you joined it at school. Let me show you what the project is that we're working on. This, my dear, is what we're actually working on. This is what it's called. It's called the Dreams Collection. It's called Cinderella Wishes Upon a Dream because Cinderella is my absolute 100% favorite princess. Top down. Like, she's the best out of all of them. So if you guys see, it's on an angle. So you guys, it's on its side right now, but this is the castle. Okay, and here's some trees. And then this is the sky. So what we've done is we have finished, almost finished, this section here, right here. That's what we finished. And now we're working on this section down here. And actually what I'm doing right now is I'm doing this little green line right here. This little green line that goes along the edge right here. That's what we're working on right now. It takes a long time and a lot of patience. But when it starts to come together, it's really exciting because it starts out like this, really small. Allie subscribed, but she can't chat yet. Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, honey, she's gotta wait till I have to put up. I had to put up a restriction on it for 1 day. You have to wait a whole day before you can sign. You can start typing because I get a lot of not so nice people sometimes. So I had to put that long delay on there. So I do apologize for that, but that's okay. I will be back on Sunday, and then she can chat with us on Sunday morning or next week anytime. Okay. Not a problem. I appreciate her being here and watching, though. All right. Where was I? There I was. I was doing the second one here. And you get to see my puppy. That right there in the picture, that is Ivy. You remember Ivy, right? That's my baby. In fact, here, we'll give you a little treat. We'll bring them all in here. Let me take this down for a second so you can actually get to see them. So there's Ivy. Yeah, there he is. Let's get them all in here. Yes, I do like my hair, Bridget. It is up right now because it's dirty. uh, their mom, my sister-in-law, did all of our hair this weekend. My girls, me, Tony, and Taylor, we all got together because my sister-in-law is an amazing hairstylist. She does a fantastic job. She keeps me looking pretty and camera ready. But today my hair is a little dirty, so it's actually up in a ponytail today because I didn't feel like dealing with it. But yes, I do love my hair, so thank you very much for asking that. So there's all my puppies. There's my puppy. There's Addison. Big girl Addison. Addison, can you go up? Up. Good girl. There's Ivy. And Wrigley is too small. You can't see her unless she gets on the camera. But she's down here. She's here. She says hello to everybody. All right, let me put this back up. And Mr. Wizard, your uncle, I don't say his real name on camera, just for privacy reasons. So, but I call him Mr. Wizard. I can tell you more about that later. But he is in the garage right now working on his model cars. Oolong, yes, you guys have a new kitty cat, Oolong. Very cute, very cute. And we have a cat too, you guys know that. She's not in here right now, but Ozzy is somewhere. Somewhere finding a way to annoy me. All right, let's get these going. Two, three. So I go quiet every once in a while. Sorry, guys, because I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, Bridget, what kind of things have you made in your crochet club? I wish you would have told me when I was there. I would have loved to have seen what you were making. One. Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you into making all those cute little, I don't even know what they call them though, you have little animals? The little, like, characters and stuff? Or do you just make, like, blankets and stuff? Because that's all I know how to do is the blankets. Oh, a noob. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Today was your very first day? Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. That's so exciting. Well, I'm so glad to hear that you joined. Crocheting is fun. It is a lot of fun. And we have a lot of people here in my channel, in my community, that crochet. They're really great at it. I have a lot of friends on YouTube that are really great. So if you need help or you're stuck with something, you just let me know and I will get you in touch with some really good experts. Really good experts. Lots of really nice people. All right, so now I've finished the end of my row. I go one way. I do all my lines going one way. And now I finished the end of the row, and now I'm going to go back the other way, and I'm going to make those half slash marks now into a full-on X. So we're going to go back over it now. But you can see this takes a while. It's not something that happens very quickly. It takes a long time. Crocheting takes a long time. Quilting takes a long time. You have to have patience. Oh, I just pulled the thread out of there. You gotta have some patience. And you gotta have a little bit of faith. A little bit of faith that things are gonna work out okay. Annie says, I like things that take time. Well, that's good, Annie. That's good. All right. Again, with the old eyes. There we go. So Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock Central Time, we're going to be starting a jelly roll race. We're going to be sewing a quilt top in one episode. We're going to do it all in one time. I'm going to be joined by some friends, not my nieces, but some other friends that you have seen many times here on the channel before. And we're going to be putting together total of three quilt tops, and we're going to be giving them all away. It will just be the top. There's no backing fabric. You'll have to pick out your own backing fabric. But it's a quick and easy way for you to have a Christmas gift ready to go. It'll be a lot of fun. It's 3 different types of quilt tops, 3 different color schemes, 3 different types of things. All 3 are going to be all 3 are the exact same type of quilt top, but they're all going to be different colors. So you're going to be able to take a look at that. And Bridget, do you still have your quilt for your bed, the pink one? Because that was one of my very, very first quilts that I ever made. There's a bug. There's a fly on my frame, and it scared the crap out of me. Did you guys see me jump? There's a little fly. It scared the bejesus out of me because it moved. But that pink quilt top, I made that. That was me. I did it. That was one of my very first quilts that I ever made, and I'm very proud of it, but it took forever to do. That is called an Irish chain. It's pink and white. It's somewhere special. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that it's somewhere special. But yes, was the very first one that I made. I made that for your great grandma, or your grandma. I made that for your grandma, and I'm so grateful that you got to keep it. I'm sure she would have wanted you to have it anyway, so it isn't ruined. Oh, okay. Well, the good news is it's pretty sturdy, but I appreciate that. But hopefully you'll be able to get it back out soon enough to be able to use it. But I can understand not wanting anybody to ruin it. Bringing it out for special occasions. You can see all the ones here behind me. Those are all ones that I've made before. All kinds of ones. I've made pot holders before. Scrunchies, hair scrunchies. I've made those before. Those are a lot of fun. And pencil cases. We've made here on the channel. We've got all kinds of fun videos of different things here on the channel. Yes, Annie. Yeah, the pink and white one that was on Grandma Shirley's bed. Yep, I made that. That was me. Yep. Yep, I have pictures of it somewhere. But then I made all the ones that are sitting here behind me as well. All of these. I've made quite a few. Oh my gosh. You know, I never actually counted how many I've made so far. But I've made quite a few. How is everybody else doing? Christian says hi. Hi. So good to see you. How is everybody else doing? Everybody got really quiet when my nieces came on. Joyce, Nancy, I see you're still playing this last game. You go over there gambling. Have at it. Christian thought it was just a video. No, it's not. No, I'm live. I do have videos on the channel, but this one is live. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We are just about at the end of this string here. I've got a little bit left to go, so I'm going to try to start the next row here. See how far we get. We're not going to get very far, but I'm going to do a little bit. As you guys can see, I only got a little bit of side left. How many hours do you have that cross stitch you've already completed? Oh, Joyce, honey, I have no idea. I could not even tell you. It's probably been 2 years since I pulled this out. And then I probably, oh gosh, I couldn't even guess. I could not even guess to tell you how many hours. But as you can see, cross stitch is not, it is not a race to the finish. That is for sure. It is definitely a slow process. It is very, to me, it's very relaxing, especially when like, I love cross stitching when I'm sitting in front of the TV. And I know that sounds really weird, but like when Mr. Wizard and I will be sitting in the living room and we'll be watching a movie, I love to sit and cross stitch while I'm watching a movie because it's just kind of like this idle handwork, you know, because I don't like sitting still. I'm one of those people that once I sit still, I don't move at all. So I would much rather not sit still because then that way I'm constantly moving. So it's one of those things where it's like I'm an extreme. It's either one way or the other. But yeah, I couldn't even guess. There's probably I couldn't even guess, Joyce. I mean I want to say at least 100 hours, but I really have no idea. No idea. Yes, Mr. Wizard does love cars. Oh, there's Mr. Wizard. Hello, my nieces. Joyce says I've never tackled anything quite that big. Uh, Hi Rita, welcome to the stream. How are you? Sitting still. I hate spell check. What was that? What is that also? I hate spell check. Sitting still, what is that? Oh, yeah. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hi, Rita. It's so great to see you. Mr. Wizard is in chat. Tell him I said hi. Well, Bridget, honey, he is in chat right now. If you wanted to say hi to him, he's Mr. Wizard. He heard me talking to you guys because, you know, he can still hear me. And so he heard me talking to you guys and had to pop on. He makes appearances on the channel every now and again. In fact, I'm kind of hoping he can't make it this Saturday because he's got stuff going on. But I'm hoping next Saturday when we do our After Dark edition, that he'll be able to join me in that. So make sure you guys tune in again. Lots of fun stuff happening on the channel here. Let's see. Making sure I don't miss anybody. Mr. Wizard, hi! Alright, so I'm going to finish this one here. So I've gotten 4 of them done. So here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pull this off the stand for just a minute. And I'm going to flip it over to the back. And so now I'm not going to tie off my strings because you're not supposed to do that. I do do it, but you're not supposed to. So what I do instead is I try and tuck them in. It's so hard to do right here, but I'm going to try to use my needle and tuck them in underneath a couple of the other strings. It's so hard to do because it's so close to this rod. Not left-handed either. Bridget wants a burger. Oh my goodness. Well, Mr. Wizard does make really awesome burgers, but he didn't make any tonight. Tonight we had frozen pizza for dinner. Nothing too exciting. Alright, let me see if I can get this in here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's right. So now I'm going through the back, and I'm just tucking this underneath the stitches that I've already done. I'm using my needle to go underneath the stitches. And I want to go under 2 or 3 of them. Not a lot of them, just a couple. But I'm having a heck of a time doing that because I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. There we go. Alright. It's right here by the thing. I probably could just... Let me make my life a little bit easier here and just loosen this up just ever so slightly. We can always tighten it again. I'm gonna roll it. There we go. Now I can see what I'm doing. Pull that there. No. Roll it back. So this is how you tighten it. You just kind of roll it and pull it really tightly. And then go. There we go. Alright, so now I've got these cute little teeny tiny little scissors that I got as a Christmas gift. I don't remember who I got them from, but look how cute and tiny they are. They're so cute. They're like a little bird. Just be a bird. I'm going to use those to clip this thread here. There we go. Rita says, oh, I love the holder you're using. The one I have is very large. I just have to stop moving long enough to make a small one. Well, thank you. I purchased this one just recently. This is new to me. But I just purchased this one from Walmart, which I was kind of surprised by. But I purchased this one from Walmart on their clearance rack for like $6 or $8. It was really cheap. So, alright, so now we have finished with that string. And I'm going to turn the fan on because I've gotten a little bit warm because there's so many lights in here that it gets really warm in here. So I'm going to turn that on. Why didn't anybody tell me I didn't have my light on? There we go. Alright. Now let's go ahead and grab some more. So these are the floss that we have. So let's go ahead and grab some more. Does Mr. Wizard have a channel? No, Bridget, Mr. Wizard does not have a channel. He has said he does not want a channel for his car stuff. He said he doesn't have the patience for it. But he does enjoy coming over onto mine every once in a while, and I do like to show off some of his projects whenever he finishes them. They're in a whole bunch of other videos. In fact, he just recently finished a couple of things, so I probably need to show those off here, maybe on Sunday. But no, he doesn't have his own channel. He doesn't want his own. Okay, so now I'm separating the floss. So when you buy embroidery floss, it comes with threads. It comes in, usually I think it's 6 threads. And when you're doing cross stitch, you only want 2. 1 or 2, depending on the pattern. So I'm separating them out. two of the pieces apart. There we go. All right. So those are the two we're going to use. I'm going to put this one back in here, and we'll use this one again later on. Yeah. A YouTube channel is can be a lot of work. It's you know, it can be a lot of work. It's, you know, you got to know a little bit about computers. You know, just enough to be dangerous. Um, you know, you have to be comfortable on camera, which I am. I don't mind it at all. Doesn't really bother me at all. You have to have a little bit of confidence in what you're doing, which, don't get me wrong, Mr. Wizard does. He has a lot of confidence in what he's doing. He just, you know, he wants to do his hobby. He doesn't want to, you know, share it with other people. And I get that. I understand that. I didn't start this YouTube channel because I wanted to make money. I started this YouTube channel because I wanted to make friends. Because I don't have a whole lot of friends in my sewing community. And so I wanted to make new friends. And so this was the best way that I knew how to do that. Reach the most people and make the most amount of friends. So. All right. So now we've got our thread, or our thread, floss, what do you call it? Somebody help me out here. Needle. Hopefully the second one goes a little bit easier than the first one did. All right. No, we haven't. You forgot to tell me that I'm supposed to color this in. Let me color these in real quick. 14 count cloth. Honey, I couldn't tell you. It came with the kit. I think isn't it 14 squares per inch? Isn't that what it is? Well, let me see. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it looks like it's about 14. My eyes are playing tricks on me today. But yeah, it looks like it's about 14. It came with the kit, so I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure. Because that's usually the standard, isn't it? 14? Alright, let me go ahead and color this in real quick. So again, just a quick, you know, light pencil. And I use a pencil because every once in a while you color in something and you gotta cut and color it again. So just use a pencil. There we go. My eyes are burning all of a sudden. I'm getting old and I think I'm getting tired. My eyes are burning. What time is it? Oh, okay. It's only 8:30. I hope that everybody's homework is done. Because the last thing I want is to get in trouble with your mom because you're watching my channel and you're not doing your homework. There we go. There we go. Eyes are burning. My allergies have kicked in. So give me here just a second. My allergy meds are wearing off. Crafty people make the best friends. Nancy, I have to agree with you 100%. They do. It's just they're hard to find. They're hard to find. Good night, Bridget. Thanks so much for joining me. You have a sweet dream, sweetheart. Homework, Rita says. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Sorry, excuse me. Good night, sweetheart. Sweet dreams. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Come back anytime. Anytime at all. Alright. So. Joyce, I have to agree with you. It is absolutely amazing that you can have such great friends that you've never even met. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the internet is full of creeps and crazies too, but there are also really good benefits to it as well, as long as you're careful about the things that you share with people and who you share them with. As long as you're careful about those things, then you can meet some really amazing people. But you have to be careful. Oh, she didn't need to thank me. All right. That's so amazing. My nieces are joining me. Oh my God. Okay. I gotta move my magnet back to where it was at. So move this back down here. Got a little magnet here. Started with those four. Did I do all four? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're gonna have all four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. The fur baby. Yeah, she wants a treat. She wants a snack. And I have them. I'm hoarding them because I'm a mean old mommy. And I won't give her any. Okay, so let me pull this to this side so I don't get a little tangled. I'll give her one in just a minute. It won't be mean forever. Oh. Let me try this again. Try it again. It's so the first one's always the hardest, right? It's just like a piece of cake. Maybe pie is better. A piece of pie. When you're cutting pie, that first slice is always the hardest. After that, it's not so bad, but that first one is a challenge for sure. All right. I think I got 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I'm gonna pull it like this. Hold it there. Hold this one. Hold that one. We're gonna try this. Doing this the right way this time. Hi, Nancy. She says I'm on the losing side. Well, that's not cool. Stupid Streamlabs. Stupid Streamlabs. There we go. Alright, there's the first one. Yay! Don't do this at home. Do as I say, not as I do. Never put needles in your mouth. There we go. Did you hear me? Do as I say, not as I do. Never put needles in your mouth. Where am I at? There we go. 2. I have to do 3. 2. But cross stitching is fun because you don't need a sewing machine to know how to do it. You don't need a special table or special tools or any of those things. The only thing you really need to worry about is you need to be careful with your needle. You don't want to hurt anybody with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Gotta count again. Hang on. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go. You don't want to hurt anybody with your needle, especially yourself. The cross-stitching needles usually are not super duper sharp. They're usually actually have a little bit of a blunt end to them. At least the one I have is not super duper sharp and has a nice blunt end to it, but it's still pokey. It can still hurt you a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something's not right. That one. Nope. Glad I looked at it again. Something didn't add up. Alright. I hope it not. Yep, that's it. The thread knotted up a little bit, and that's something you gotta be careful of. Let me show you what I mean. For those of you who have ever done cross stitching, you know what a knot looks like. But here, let me show you. Oops. You can kind of see it right here. See the little knot in the thread there? So I gotta pull that out. It's not hard to do. You're just gonna kind of work it. So usually what I do is I'll take my needle and I put it in the little loop. And I pull the other two strings until the loop gets really small. And then I pull the needle out and I pull the string, and that usually gets rid of the knot. I'm still working on this stand. I haven't decided if I like this stand or not. It's more hindrance than it's worth. Oh my gosh, Sandra, you lost over 5,000. My goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that. If Lucas was here, I'd ask him to give you more. The good news is they don't cost you anything. It's all pretend. So no one's actually losing anything. There we go. That's the nice thing about it. It's free gambling. There's no money involved. One. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need myself a magnifying glass or maybe some new glasses or something because it's getting really tiny. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. It's getting tiny. Oh, please. There we go. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is why they count it. This is why they call it counted cross stitch, because you're constantly counting. Whew, that one was a tongue twister. 1, 2, 3, 4. But here you go, guys, to give you a rough timeline of how long this takes. We'll have been on the stream for 2 hours. We will go through two sets of threads and probably do 5 rows of one color. It is a fun thing to kill time. That is true. the gambling. It's a fun thing to kill time. And look at that, you earn prizes too, so you can redeem them in for prizes eventually when you get enough of them. Hang on. Hang on. What would I do? Let me just make sure I'm doing this right. 2 there. Yep. 1 there. And then 1. Okay. Almost did that wrong. Gotta be careful. Gotta make sure you're counting correctly. Of course, you can always take it out if you need to, just like I just pulled the thread out of my needle again. There we go. You do that a lot. You pull the thread out of your needle. The amount of saliva in this project from me getting the thread wet to put in the needle is it's staggeringly gross, probably. Um, Trey says it is fun. I lost all the way down to 0 on Mona's channel. Wow, which I had well over 100,000 at one time. Oh my gosh. Oh, spent all the way to 0. Well, yeah, spent all the way to 0. I can't imagine you would lose all the way to 0, though. My goodness, that'd be crazy. That'd be absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay. 1, 2. I hope that that never happens here on this channel, but if it does, if you guys spend all the way down, or if you guys lose all the way down to 0, let me know. I'll give it back to you. Because there's obviously something wrong with our settings somewhere, because the idea is not for you guys to lose everything. It's just for you to win and lose a little bit at a time, but overall win. That's how we have it set up. Alright, I am approaching the end of my row. Now that we've approached the end of the row, now we're going to go back the other way. No, you just don't know how to quit. No, I lost them all way down to 0. Oh my gosh. Well, Joyce, that should never happen on this channel. Ever. If it does, though, you let me know, because I will give them back to you. Nope. And another knot. And another knot. That happens. More so than I would like to think. Let's see. I attempted to teach my daughters and my stepdaughters how to cross stitch, and they had no patience for it. And it was not their cup of tea. And that's okay. It's not for everyone. It's not. It's going to be the death of me. It's a pretty big knot. You guys see? Can you see it on the camera? It's huge. I wasn't paying attention and got something knotted, so now I got to try and pull it apart, which is always a little bit of a struggle. So what I'm going to do is pull it back through. There we go. So the front side. So now it makes it a little bit easier for me to get through. Oh, you bought good stuff. Oh, okay. So you spent it all. You didn't lose it all. Okay. As long as you spent it all, that's all that matters. Well, I still got a little bit of a knot there, but it's better than nothing, and I can pull that one through. Oh, I didn't know your mom cross-stitched, Annie. I did not know that. I know that the Irish blessing that she has, that was your grandma's, great grandma's, somebody's. I know that's cross stitch. I didn't make that, um, but it's beautiful work. And I don't know that if you've ever noticed it, Annie, but when you're at my house in the hallway here, right down the end of the hall, right before you get to this bedroom door, there's a painting on the wall. There's a thing on the wall. It's a garden. It's called a spring garden. That is a cross stitch project that I did many years ago. Hers was very small, so it's okay. Thank you, whoever that was. Hers was very small, and she hasn't done it in a long time. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Hopefully you'll hear the show. There we go. Terry, hello, how are you? I was wondering if you were going to be able to join us this evening. Terry, I am joined by a bunch of family members this evening. My nieces and my nephews are on the channel are on the chat right now. So that was who that was that you approved for me. Didn't realize you were on. No problem. No problem. It's okay. It's fine. But yeah, so one of my nieces has gone to bed. She's younger, so she went to bed. Got to get up for school in the morning. I've got another niece that's watching me. One or two more that are watching me. One of them can't join us in chat yet because she just subscribed to the channel today. So that's okay. I hope she's watching. And I've got another one in chat right now. One of my nephews was watching a little bit ago. So it's just been a family affair here tonight. And I am so grateful. Yes, it is nice to have him here. Oh, Bridget is actually still here. Oh, okay. I hope she's finished her homework. She lied to you. That's okay. I wouldn't consider it. She had something else she needed and or wanted to do, and she didn't want to hurt my feelings. And I understand that. That's trying to be kind. I'm okay with that. I hope you are well, Terry. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. Those are pretty colors. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. Yeah, this is a project that we were looking at on Monday. I figured out how to set up a camera. I don't know how long this camera is going to be here, but I figured out how to set up a camera at least so that you guys could see what I was doing. And we've gotten a whole whopping 2 rows done. And not even done, just one color. So as you can see, cross stitching is not for the faint of heart. It is not for someone who is impatient. You must have much patience and time. Everyone wants to know, is this frame working out? So far, it's doing okay. I've only used it twice, so I can't really say for sure. I mean, it's keeping the canvas pretty tight, which is kind of the key when you're cross stitching. You want to make sure the canvas stays really tight. It makes it easier to sew on. So it is doing that for sure, which I like that. I do still have to, you can see I still have my hand here kind of holding it up a little bit, but I'm not holding it. It's resting on my tummy. I'm using it for something. So I am still kind of holding it up here a little bit. But yeah, it seems to be working out okay. The only part that I'm having a struggle with right now is the fact that what I'm sewing is so close to this rod that I'm having a little bit of trouble there. But otherwise, it's not so bad. Not bad so far. Susan said she just got hers in the mail. She ordered one on Monday. Hers has just arrived, so she's going to try it out. Hers. The stand is a little wobbly. This metal stand that I bought is still a little wobbly. It's not great, but you know that's what you get for cheap. You know, this is it's like it's a multi-purpose stand. I mean, you can use it for cameras, you can use it for lighting, so you can use it for what this is. You know what I'm doing now. You can use it for just about anything. Um, so I'm not too upset about it. We'll see how it works out. But yeah, so far it's doing pretty well. I'm liking it so far. It's allowing me to work on the projects, you know, and I'm not fighting with hoop, which has been a bit of the hoop has been a pain, if I'm being honest. Oh, what do I got going on here? I've got some pieces I can fill in. Oh, no, I don't. That's not the same color. Oh, that's a different color. Okay. So yeah, I mean it's working. That's all that matters, right? I have done embroidery pieces. Sorry. I've done embroidery pieces. I don't think they are cross stitch. Are those strictly X's that you stitch? X's and straight stitching. Yes. Those are the only things that we do is X's and straight stitch. So all of the main stitches is all X's, and then all of the outlines are all straight stitch. Which I have not done any outlines on this top section yet here. You always do the outlines last, for those of you who have never done cross stitching before. You do all the X's first. Then you go back and you do your outlines, and then you do your French knots on top of the outlines. Um, I've done all the X's, or majority of the X's on this top section. You can see there's still some white pieces here that I haven't done yet. But I've done the majority of the X's on the top here, so I will start doing the X's down here. Usually I do all of the X's first, and then I go back and I do all of the straight stitching. Yes, then I've done embroidery. Okay, not cross stitch. Okay. I don't know how to do embroidery stitching. I don't know the first thing about it. So maybe that'll be something that I'll need to learn. Who knows? Let me pull this one through real quick, and then we need to start. We have finished a row, and what do we do when we finish a row? Well, we color it in. Let me do these first couple of stitches just so that I don't lose my place. I felt like I had a knot back here. Nope, no knots. Alright, let's hang that for a minute. He says I have a large, beautiful piece I did when the girls were little, and then I was done. But I have made pieces recently. Yeah, cross stitching takes forever too, Terry. So if it's anything like cross stitching, I completely understand. I was telling chat earlier, I was telling the community earlier that I've made. This is my third large piece, my third large project for cross stitching. I've done several. No, I'm sorry, this is my fourth. This is my fourth one. I've done several small pieces. Probably a dozen or so small pieces. And sometimes you need to do those a little bit to give yourself just a little bit. It's like quilting. You need to do a little bit to give yourself a little bit of a win, so that you feel like you're accomplishing something. So then you can go back to the big ones. That's kind of where I'm at with this project. Like I'll work on this for a couple months, and then I'll get tired of it, and I'll put it away for a couple of years. And then I'll pull it out again, and then I'll work on it again for a couple of months, and then I'll throw, then I'll put it back away for another couple of years. So, somebody, I think it was Joyce that asked me at the beginning of the channel how many hours I have into this project already, and honestly, I couldn't tell you. I don't typically keep track of the amount of hours on a project, unless of course I'm charging somebody for it, which I never do anyway. But typically I don't keep track of the number of hours I work on a project. It's just not that important to me because I feel like for myself, if I actually kept track of the amount of hours that I worked on a project, I probably would never do it again. But once I know exactly how much I've done it, you know. Oh, the cat's in the room. I don't know if you can see her on the camera yet. Well, you can kind of see her paw. Ivy was in here earlier. I don't know where she went. Ivy, Terry's here. She wants to say hi. Ivy. There she comes. Hi, Nancy. Norman Rockwell piece. Oh, those are beautiful. Yes, my baby Ivy. Yes, she's right there. She's right there. Addison's blocking the camera. You can kind of see her tail. You guys want a treat? I'll give you a treat since you all three of you came in here. There she is. There's her head. There she is. There's a cutie. There's a cutie. There's my cutie. There's my cutie. All of you are cute, but take it nice. Wrigley. Addison. My cuties. Oh, doing the precious moments back in the 90s. I don't know why all of a sudden YouTube is questioning like all kinds of messages all of a sudden. I'm not sure why. Sorry about that. YouTube's being weird today. I don't know what's happening. Um, all three of them did. Yeah, all three of them did. But Wrigley's so darn small, you can't see her. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. All right. Yeah, I don't know why it's been holding a bunch of messages for review all of a sudden. I don't quite understand why. Whatever. It's fine. Joyce, you're fine. Everything's fine. Unless you have words in Streamlabs that it's picking up. No, because this isn't Streamlabs. This is YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is putting these messages in here for review. It's just weird because I don't see anything in them that would be like questioning it. So I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. Whatever. It's fine. Everybody's fine. Everything's fine. It's just weird. YouTube's being weird today. It's about time YouTube picked up things, but now it's just picking up random stuff. So who knows? Streamlabs is doing a better job. But unfortunately, that's why one of my nieces that subscribed to my channel, which is super sweet of her, but she can't join in the chat until after she's subscribed. You know, she's gonna be a subscriber for a day. You know, that kind of thing. So she had to wait. That's okay. There will be plenty of opportunities for her to chat with us another time. Plenty of opportunities. Okay, where am I? What am I doing? This one? Yep, this one. Nancy says, I remember my first embroidery for selling the most Girl Scout cookies. That's awesome. That's really cool. I was a Girl Scout way back when, 1,000 years ago. And I got the embroidery patch, the sewing and embroidery patch. It's probably one of the easiest ones I earned, but I did earn that one. I was very proud of that one. Hi, baby. scouting for snacks. Don't mind her. Hi, Chloe. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Good evening. All right. 3. We're trying some new tonight. We're doing some cross stitching. They're probably in the camera. I didn't move down on me. This will not be an all the time thing. It's just, it's WIP Wednesday, so I decided to pull it out. I've purchased a new scroll frame, which is what this is. It's a scroll frame. So I purchased it, so I'm giving it a go. I'm trying it out, seeing how it goes. There's the cat. Ozzy out. Ozzy out. Out. So yeah. We're giving it a go. We're trying it out, seeing if we like it. So far, I do like it. I like the fact that my hand is not cramping from holding up the hoops like it would normally be. And I've got it on the stand here. I don't know if you guys can see the stand, but I've got it on a stand here that's trying out. Just a cheap one from Amazon. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Sorry guys, I'm kind of quiet here counting. The stand is on the floor or clamped to the table. This particular stand is actually on the floor. I do have clamping ones. I have a clamped one over here. I know you guys can't see it, but it's over here. It's holding up a light. I have a clamped one there. Then I have a table stand one that's on a heavy mount over here that holds up my zoom camera over there. And then this one is a floor stand. And the reason that I got a floor stand was for a variety of reasons. But one of the main reasons, and I think I explained this on Monday, but one of the main reasons is because I wanted to be able to bring it in my living room and hook it up underneath my recliner and be able to have it hold the frame in the recliner. So that's why I bought the floor stand ones, because I don't really have anywhere. I have the hiccups. Oh my god! Anywhere in my living room to put an actual table clamp one. They do make table clamp ones, and I might still look into that for in here. That might be something I still do. We'll see. But for right now, it's just a table one. It is kind of wobbly. I mean, you can see it it wobbles. It's not great. It's perfect. But it's doing the trick, but it's doing its job. Like, I can't complain because it is doing what it's supposed to. So. That's good thinking. Well, thank you. And it was inexpensive too. I mean, it's a cheap one. It's a cheap aluminum one. It's just kind of all, it's like it just all connects up together. It's not very expensive. I want to say it was like $23, $25 for the whole thing. And it actually came with a different clamp. Like this clamp came with it. This is like a claw clamp. It's like squeezy clamp. And then there's another one that's a mount for like a camera mount, so that I can use this stand for my camera behind me if I buy something different, or whatever. So I tried to be kind of smart about the purchase and make sure that it was going to be have multiple uses, which is what I try to do with things in here in this room. When I'm buying equipment or things, I try to make sure that it's something that is going to have multiple uses for me, because this room is so small and I'm so limited in my amount of space that I have to make sure that I have enough, that I have I utilize the space as best as I can. So like This stand, it comes completely apart, and I can store it in a drawer, in the dresser back there if I need to store it somewhere. Yeah, it came with this clamp. You can probably buy the clamp as a separate piece, but it did actually come with this clamp, and then it also came with a phone mount as well. Yeah, I bought it on Amazon. It wasn't super expensive. I want to say like $28, something like that. Yeah, it's a little, it's a little much for something silly, but I also didn't want to spend the money on like one of those big wood ones or anything, because I didn't want anything taking up that much space. So we have finished another row here, so we're just going back and closing up our X's now. So going, from left to right is the hardest to do because that's when you're doing all the counting. You're doing your little your half X, your slashes, I guess you would call them. And then when you go back over it, you already know where you're going, so you don't need to necessarily look at the pattern the whole time. You can just sew away. Cross-stitch needles are usually, at least for this type of project, they're blunt needles. They don't have a real sharp point on them. They do have a point on them, but it's not a very sharp point. And the eye of the needle is a very big eye, so then that way it's easier for you to get more thread through. Streamlabs, reminding everyone to give a like and a sub if you haven't already. If you guys could just take a quick second and do that for me, I'd truly appreciate it. Just go down to the bottom of the screen there and hit that like button. If it doesn't show up, it's probably hidden behind the chat box. You can just swipe that chat box away for a second. Go ahead and hit that like button, and then you should be able to just hit the comments box again, and the chat box will show back up for you if you're on your phone or tablet. If you're watching this as a replay, please make sure you leave a note in the comment section. I would love to know that you're here so that I can personally thank you for watching. I'd really appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, maybe you're not subscribed to the channel and you're considering it, please do consider subscribing to the channel. We do a lot of fun things here. This is the first time we've ever done cross stitch here on the channel. First time ever. But that doesn't mean that it's not coming back again. It probably will come back again now that I have this different setup. I will probably be bringing it back Wednesdays, or in this case, this Wednesday is just a WIP Wednesday. So whatever you've got that you're working on, bring it along with you. We do our live streams. Our typical live streams are on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. But then I like to sprinkle some more of them throughout the month because not everybody can make our Sunday stream. And I get that. I totally understand. I'm not asking you to change your schedule to meet mine. I am not asking that at all. So that's why I try to adjust my schedule as much as I can to try and help out to a bunch of our subscribers that aren't able to catch our Sunday stream. I try and do Wednesday evenings. I've done some Tuesday evenings. I've done a Thursday evening. We do Saturday evenings every now and again. And speaking of Saturday evenings, again, just a reminder for those of you who are watching right now, we are doing a live stream this Saturday starting at 1 o'clock Central. We are going to be doing a jelly roll race. It is the jelly roll drag race from Jordan Fabrics. We're going to be working on that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I got some special guests joining me that I'm really excited about. Sure, you already know who they are. They've been on my channel many, many times before. They're going to be joining us. We're going to be making three quilt tops, and we're going to be giving away all three of them. All three. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Now these will be unfinished quilts, obviously. It'll just be a quilt top, so you'll have to finish it yourself. But it makes for a really quick and easy project for you if that's something that you're interested in winning. So then that way you maybe have a Christmas gift. almost free Christmas gift. Doesn't that sound like fun? Yes, yes. This Saturday. It's a weird time. I know it's a weird time. But then next Saturday, I think it's the 28th, that's our After Dark edition. So we'll be back at 7:30 p.m. Central Time that time. So, lots of fun stuff happening. Lots of fun things. Where am I? Who am I? What am I name? What is my name? Oh, 1, 2. I'm just getting these couple of stitches in here. I only have a little bit of thread left, and then we're going to go ahead and finish this thread here, and then we'll need to color in our row. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Oh. Yes, Joyce. 1 p.m. Central. Yep, 1 p.m. Central Time. I don't know what time that is in your zone because I'm terrible with time zones. So you'll have to figure that one out on your own. Sorry. But yeah, that's. I'm gonna have to do some stuff here. Let's see what we can do. I have to loosen it so that I can unroll it so that I can tie it off because it is so close to this thing here. There we go. All right. And my new little scissors. Oh, Joyce, you're central too. Oh, good. Oh, well, thank you, Chloe. It's going to be a hot minute before it really shows up into anything. It's going to be a long time before it shows up into anything. But thank you. Right, I'm actually going to leave that loose. So this is one of the nice things, and I told you guys this before. This is one of the really nice things about this frame is that you can loosen up the tension really easily and really quickly, and you don't have to worry about, like messing with those hoops and stuff. So I was able to just loosen up the tension really quickly. So there we go. All right, let me take this off a pin because you guys don't need to be pinned anymore. Let's go here, say remove pin. There I am. And then we will go over here and we will say pin. There I am. There I am again. All right. So now let's go ahead and, before we forget, let's go ahead and color this up real quick. Just using a regular number 2 pencil with a nice big chunky eraser on it because I use the eraser a lot. And just lightly shading in the squares of the stuff that I've sewn up so far. And now when I say I sewn it up, I mean I did the full X on it. If I only did partial X on it, I don't color it in. I don't color it in until after I've done the complete X on it. And I'm doing it lightly because I need to be able to see if there's straight stitching underneath it or the stupid French knots that I still don't really understand how to do. Maybe one day we'll learn. Oh yeah, I'm just very lightly. And that's also why I like to use a dull pencil as opposed to a sharp pencil, Because a dull pencil, it's easier for you to kind of shade in much lighter than with a sharp pencil. So I actually, when I get down to the nub and I need that, and I don't have a tip of it left anymore, what I will do is I will sharpen the pencil so it's really sharp, and then I actually break the tip off because I don't want it to be uber sharp. That is a trick that I have learned over the years, is I don't want a super sharp pencil when I'm coloring it in. Because the sharper the pencil, the darker the line is, at least in my experience. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we've got a few lines here. You can kind of see, I don't know if you guys can kind of see it on the camera here. You can see a few shaded in lines. Turn this light off, maybe that will get rid of the glare. There you go. You can kind of see some of the shaded in lines a little bit. Yeah, we're getting there. Very slow moving process. Cross stitch is extremely slow. It might actually be slower than paper piecing, if you guys know what I'm saying. Paper piecing is probably just as slow, if not as slow, or just as slow. But it's enjoyable. I enjoy it in short bursts. But yeah, so there you go. That is our scroll frame. And then this is the mount that I bought. It's just one of those movable mounts. This is the piece that comes with it. There's also, I also have a mount for a camera and things like that too on it. So it's all there. Hi, baby. Hi. I don't have anything else for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Kiri, I enjoy FPP too. I have enjoyed FPP before. I have yet to do a full-size FPP project. I've done a couple of small ones. Nothing crazy. One of these days we will get to a point where we do fuller-size projects. So I'm hoping. So, all right, friends. Well, that is it for tonight. Thank you again so much for joining me this evening. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I know it's not wasn't the quilting project, and if that just disappointed you, I'm really sorry. I promise you, our channel is not changing. This is just an every once in a while thing. I had it already set up for Monday when I was in here on Monday, and I decided that I really kind of wanted to do it some more. So it will come back on the channel for sure, but it won't be an every week, every day kind of thing. I promise we will be back to quilting again this weekend. So live stream on Saturday. That is our special one for National Jelly Roll Day. And then we will have our Sunday morning live stream, our typical Sunday morning live stream. And then I think I'm trying to think what I'm doing on Monday that says I'm doing something, but I don't know what it is. I see something on my calendar for Monday, but I'm not sure what it is. Oh, it might be the Norfolk rollover. I'm gonna have to look. Yeah, I don't remember what it is. We'll have to wait and see. So, oh well. Anyway, friends, thank you again so much for hanging out with me this evening. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, great rest of your evening, and hopefully I'll be able to see you again. If not on Saturday, hopefully at least on Sunday. And thank you to all of my subscribers and everybody else that is watching this as a replay. I truly appreciate you just as much as I appreciate those who are in chat and or catching the live stream as well. I've gotten the opportunity to chat with a bunch of subscribers who aren't able to catch live streams for a variety of different reasons. Some of you have reached out to me in the comments. Some of you have reached out to me in emails, instant messengers, things like that. And I absolutely love it. And I truly, truly appreciate every single person that reaches out to me because you guys are all my friends. And that is the whole point of this channel, is to make friends and hang out with you guys and maybe make something fun and cool in the process as well. But it's more about just hanging out with friends and just sharing the evening. So thank you again so much. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you to all my subscribers, Miss Seam Ripper, and of course my niece as well. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. Hopefully you'll be able to catch us again on another live stream and be able to chat with us then as well. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.